There is a great misunderstanding in the world today regarding the nature of achievement. If you look around, if you listen to the conversations in the coffee shops and on the street corners, you will hear a common theme. People are waiting. They are waiting for a stroke of luck. They are waiting for the economy to improve. They are waiting for a benevolent stranger to hand them an opportunity wrapped in a bow. They look at the successful man or the successful woman and they say how lucky they are, how fortunate they are to have arrived at such a place. This is the great myth. It is the myth that success is an accident. It is the myth that a high-quality life is something that lands on you like a butterfly. But you must understand that life does not work this way. The universe does not respond to need, it responds to seed. It responds to preparation. It responds to the deliberate, calculated application of discipline over time. Most people believe that freedom means doing whatever you want, whenever you want. They think that if they have no schedule, no boss, and no rules, they are free. But this is not freedom. This is drifting. And drifting is the most dangerous course a human being can take. When you drift, you are at the mercy of the tides. You are at the mercy of the winds of circumstance. If the wind blows east, you go east. If the wind blows west, you go west. You have no control. You have no destination. Real freedom, the kind of freedom that allows you to design a life of substance, comes from only one place. It comes from self-control. It sounds contradictory, doesn't it? To get freedom, you must impose restriction. To get liberty, you must have discipline. But this is the paradox of success. If you cannot command yourself, you will inevitably be commanded by others. If you cannot govern your own emotions, your own time, and your own actions, you will be governed by the necessities of the marketplace and the demands of those who have a plan. Ask yourself, who is in charge of your life right now? Is it you, or is it your impulses? When you wake up in the morning, do you act according to a plan you have designed, or do you react to the feelings of the moment? If you only work when you feel like it, you will never build anything of value. If you only are kind when you feel like it, you will never build lasting relationships. The foundation of all value is the ability to act contrary to how you feel at any given moment. This brings us to the invisible work. We live in a society that celebrates the result. We celebrate the trophy. We applaud the promotion. We admire the financial independence. But we rarely discuss what created those things. We see the fruit, but we ignore the roots. You must understand that for every visible victory, there are thousands of hours of invisible discipline. Think of a massive structure, a skyscraper that touches the clouds. When you walk past it, you look up and you are amazed by the glass and the steel. You are impressed by the height. But what you do not see is the foundation. You do not see the months, perhaps years of excavation. You do not see the concrete poured deep into the earth, into the dark, where no one will ever see it. If the architect decides to skip the foundation, if he decides to save time and build directly on the surface, the building might stand for a week. It might stand for a month. But the first time a storm comes, and let me assure you, the storms always come, that building will crumble. Why? Because it had no depth. It had no anchor. Your character is the foundation. Your self-control is the concrete. It is poured in the dark. It is poured in the early hours of the morning when no one is watching. It is poured late at night when you are tired and you want to quit, but you do the work anyway. It is poured every time you say no to a distraction so you can say yes to your future. This is the invisible work, and the marketplace, the world, life itself has a way of knowing who has done the work and who has not. You cannot fake the foundation. You can fake a smile, you can fake enthusiasm, you can even fake knowledge for a little while, but you cannot fake character. When the pressure comes, the truth comes out. So, You must fall in love with the work that no one sees. You must find pride in the discipline that brings no immediate applause, because that is where the fortune is made. The public praise is just the echo of the private discipline. If you want the applause without the discipline, you are like a child wanting the candy without the dinner. It is a fantasy. Now, consider the concept of preparation meeting opportunity. You have heard the old saying that luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. There's a lot of truth in that. But let's look deeper. Opportunity is a funny thing. It's haughty, it's arrogant. It doesn't wait for you. It doesn't send you a letter 2 weeks in advance saying, "Get ready, I'm coming." No, opportunity arrives unannounced. It shows up at your door on a Tuesday morning. It shows up in a conversation. It shows up in a crisis. And when it shows up, it demands an answer right then and there. It asks, "Are you ready?" If you haven't been practicing self-control, if you haven't been sharpening your skills, if you haven't been refining your philosophy, you will have to say, "Wait, give me a moment, let me get ready." And opportunity will not wait. It will leave. It will go down the street to someone who was ready, someone who spent the last 5 years preparing for a moment they didn't know was coming. This is the tragedy of the unprepared life. Most people are scrambling to get ready when the time has already come, but the time to prepare is when nothing is happening. This is difficult for most people to grasp. They ask, "Why should I read the books if I don't have the job yet? Why should I save the money if I don't see the investment yet? Why should I exercise if I am not sick yet?" You do it so that you are a vessel capable of holding success when it pours in you. If you are a small cup and life tries to pour a gallon of blessing into you, you will spill it. It will be wasted. You must build yourself into a larger vessel. You do that through self-control. You expand your capacity. Imagine a farmer. He doesn't wait for the harvest to decide to plant. That would be foolish. He plants in the spring. He guards the crop in the summer. He pulls the weeds. He worries about the insects. He does all of this work long before he sees a single dollar of profit. He operates by faith, but also by discipline. He knows the law of the harvest. You cannot reap where you have not sown. Self-control is the act of sowing. It is the act of planting good habits today, even if the result is 5 years away. It is the ability to look at the candy bar and see the health consequence. It is the ability to look at the television and see the wasted time. It is the ability to look at the unearned dollar and see the trap. It is the ability to project your mind into the future and ask, will the future version of me thank me for this action, or will he despise me for it? Most people live only for the present. They are trapped in the now. If it feels good now, do it. If it tastes good now, eat it. If it's easy now, choose it. But the successful person, the person of value, lives in 2 time zones. They live in the present, but they make decisions for the future. They deny the present appetite to feed the future ambition. This brings us to the pressure. Pressure is essential. You should not wish for fewer problems, you should wish for more skills. You should not wish for less challenge, you should wish for more wisdom. Why? Because pressure is the great revealer. You never truly know what is inside a person until you squeeze them. Think of an orange. If you squeeze an orange, what comes out? Orange juice. Why? Because that's what is inside. It doesn't matter who squeezes it. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. If you squeeze an orange, you get orange juice. You will never get apple juice. You will never get grape juice. Now, think of yourself. When life squeezes you, and it will, what comes out? When the economy squeezes you, when your boss squeezes you, when your family squeezes you, what comes out? Does anger come out? Does fear come out? Does panic come out? Or does patience come out? Does courage come out? Does a solution come out? What comes out is whatever you have been storing up inside. If you have been filling your mind with trash, with gossip, with negativity, then when the pressure comes, that's what will spill out, and it will make a mess. But if you have been practicing self-control, if you have been filling your mind with wisdom, with strategy, with calm, then when the pressure comes, you will respond with grace. You will respond with power. Let me give you an example. Imagine two men working at the same company. Both men lose their jobs on the same day due to a layoff. The pressure has arrived. The first man has no self-control. He has spent every penny he earned. He has neglected his skills. He has spent his evenings complaining about the company rather than improving himself. When the news comes, he falls apart. He blames the economy. He blames the boss. He goes home and drinks to forget. He sinks into depression. The pressure revealed his lack of substance. He is a victim. Now look at the second man. He has practiced self-control. He lived below his means, so he has savings. He spent his evenings reading and learning.
You must treat every 24 hours as a separate unit of account. You must treat it like a lifetime in miniature. When the sun comes up, you are born. When the sun goes down, you die to that day. What did you do with your life today? Did you spend it, or did you invest it? There is a difference. When you spend money, it is gone. When you invest money, it returns to you multiplied. Time is the same. You can spend time complaining, arguing, or worrying. That time is gone. It is ash. Or you can invest time. You can invest it in a conversation that heals a relationship. You can invest it in a book that changes your mind. You can invest it in a workout that strengthens your heart. Self-control is the investment manager of your life. It decides where the resources go. Without it, you are a spendthrift of your own potential. You throw your hours away on things that do not matter, and then you wonder why you are spiritually bankrupt. Consider the pain of discipline versus the pain of regret. This is a choice you make every single day. There is no escaping pain. That is one of the hard truths of life. You cannot avoid pain. You can only choose which pain you will suffer. The pain of discipline is sharp. It is immediate. It is the pain of waking up when you want to sleep. It is the pain of biting your tongue when you want to shout. It is the pain of saving when you want to spend. But here is the secret. The pain of discipline weighs ounces. It is light, and it is temporary. Once the action is done, the pain leaves, and it is replaced by pride. It is replaced by satisfaction. Now look at the pain of regret. This is the pain of looking back at a life half-lived. It is the pain of knowing what you could have been. It is the pain of looking at your children and knowing you did not set the example you should have. This pain does not weigh ounces, it weighs tons, and it does not go away. It lingers, it grows heavier with every passing year. You do not want to carry that weight. You do not want to reach the end of your road and have to say, "I wish I had." "I wish I had" are the saddest words in the human language. Self-control saves you from those words. It forces you to pay the price today so you can enjoy the treasure tomorrow. Let us talk about self-control in your communication. This is an area where many people destroy their own progress. We are taught that we must express everything we feel. We are told to let it out. But wisdom suggests otherwise. Wisdom suggests that you should be slow to speak and quick to listen. How many friendships have been ruined by a loose tongue? How many marriages have been damaged by words spoken in anger that can never be taken back? A glass that is broken can be glued, but the cracks will always remain. Words are like bullets. Once they leave the gun, you cannot call them back. Self-control is the safety catch on the gun. It is the ability to feel the anger, feel the urge to criticize, and yet remain silent. It is the power to wait 24 hours before you send that email. It is the power to ask a question instead of making an accusation. You do not have to win every argument. In fact, if you value the relationship more than your ego, you will often let the other person think they won. You know the truth. You do not need to prove it. That is quiet power. The empty wagon rattles the loudest. The wagon that is full of gold moves silently. Be the wagon full of gold. Keep your substance inside. You do not need to broadcast every thought. This applies to your goals as well. There is a psychological phenomenon where if you tell everyone your plans, your brain gets a premature sense of satisfaction. You feel like you have already done it just because you talked about it, and then you lose the drive to actually do the work. Keep your goals close. Keep them private. Let your results speak for you. Let your lifestyle be your testimony. You do not need to announce that you are changing. Just change. People will notice, and if they don't notice, it doesn't matter. You are doing it for you, not for them. Now, consider the aspect of financial self-control. This is a major stumbling block. We live in a consumer culture. We are bombarded with thousands of messages a day telling us to buy comfort, buy status, buy happiness. But you cannot buy happiness. You can only buy pleasure, and pleasure is short-lived. Happiness comes from a sense of purpose and security. If you spend everything you earn, you are a slave. You are a slave to your job. You are a slave to the bill collector. You are a slave to fear. Financial self-control is the pathway to liberty. It is the ability to say no to the luxury of today so you can say yes to the freedom tomorrow. It is understanding the difference between being rich and being wealthy. Being rich is having a high income. You can be rich and be broke. If you make $1 million and spend $1,001, you are poor. Being wealthy is about accumulation. It is about what you keep. It is about having a margin. When you have a margin, you have options. If you don't like your situation, you can change it. You can walk away. You can start a business. You can take a year off to study. Money is not just currency. It is frozen energy. It is stored freedom. But to store it, you must have the discipline to not eat the seed corn. You must become the master of your desires. You must learn to find joy in things that do not cost money. A walk in the woods, a conversation with a friend, reading a classic book. If your joy is dependent on spending, you will never have enough. There will always be a new model. There will always be a better upgrade. It is a treadmill that never stops. Step off the treadmill. This leads to the concept of the mental diet. What are you feeding your mind? We are very careful about what we feed our bodies. We look at the labels. We avoid poison. But we are often reckless with what we feed our minds. You become what you think about. Your mind is a factory. Whatever ingredients you dump into the hopper, that is what will come out at the other end. If you dump in violence, cynicism, fear, and trivia, do not be surprised if your life is full of anxiety and confusion. Self-control is standing guard at the door of your mind. It is acting as a sentry. When a thought comes, you ask, is this true? Is this helpful? Is this worthy of me? If it is not, you deny it entry. You do not let it take root. This includes the people you associate with. You have heard it said that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. This is not just a cliche. It is a law of influence. Attitudes are contagious. Habits are contagious. If you hang around people who have no self-control, who drift, who complain, you will eventually become like them. It is inevitable. You must have the courage to audit your circle. You must have the discipline to limit your time with negative influences. This is hard. It might mean spending less time with old friends. It might mean distancing yourself from certain family members that drag you down. But you cannot save a drowning man if you are not on solid ground yourself. You must protect your own state of mind first. Then there is the matter of physical self-control. Your body is the only vehicle you have for this journey. If the car breaks down, the driver cannot go anywhere. It doesn't matter how smart the driver is. It doesn't matter how good the map is. If the engine smokes and the tires are flat, you are stuck. You must treat your body with respect, not out of vanity, but out of necessity. You need energy to succeed. You need vitality. It takes energy to focus. It takes energy to deal with problems. It takes energy to lead. If you are sluggish, tired, and weak, your mind will be weak. There is a direct connection.
When you exercise discipline over your appetite, when you force yourself to move your body, you are not just building muscles, you are building will. You are proving to yourself that you are in charge. Every time you push away the plate before you're stuffed, you win a victory. Every time you go for a run when it's raining, you win a victory. These victories accumulate. They build a reservoir of self-esteem. You start to walk differently. You start to carry yourself with a quiet assurance. You know you can count on yourself. Now, let us move to the higher level of self-control, emotional intelligence, the ability to separate the event from the meaning. Something happens. That is the event. You lose a client. The car breaks down. Someone is rude to you. That is the reality. It is neutral. It has no meaning until you give it one. The person without self-control immediately assigns a negative meaning. This is a disaster. They hate me. I am unlucky. And then they react to that meaning with emotion. They get angry. They get sad. They get fearful. The person with self-control pauses. They look at the event and they choose the meaning. They ask, what is the opportunity here? What is the lesson here? Maybe losing the client makes room for a better one. Maybe the car breaking down kept you from being in an accident down the road. Maybe the rude person is having a terrible day and needs compassion, not retaliation. You have the power to choose your reaction. This is the ultimate freedom. Viktor Frankl, who survived the darkest camps in history, said that between the stimulus and the response, there is a space, and in that space lies our freedom and our growth. Most people live with no space, stimulus, response, like a robot. You must widen the gap. You must create space. In that space, you bring your philosophy. In that space, you bring your values. In that space, you choose to act rather than react. This takes practice. You will fail. You will lose your temper. You will get discouraged. But you must get back on the horse. You must not beat yourself up. Guilt is a wasted emotion.